Okay, this is a unboxing of the Sony EX1000. These are the last flagship dynamic driver that was released by Sony in 2010. 16 millimeter, 200 milliwatt input, LITS cable, two different ones. I bought this one off Yahoo Auctions because the seller clearly stated that it was one of the originals that was released in 2010. So I didn't buy this on Amazon. I got this on Yahoo Auctions, which in Japan, Yahoo is actually quite stable compared to Google in the West. So they got something called Yahoo Auctions. I don't know if they've got that in America. So anyway, I got this one. Typical, it comes with the Sony, yellow tape. Take it out. Things to note. Let's see if you get full size here. This is made in Japan, and then there's the letter J at the end of this one. So this was Japan in 2010. The one that Hi-Fi Guy has on his video is got a U, and also it's got the cable for the EX600 in it, and it also says the earphones are made in Japan and the other stuff is made in China or something like that. I'm not sure. It is slightly different though. And there's other little differences. Take this off, and it says Nude EX monitor. On the one in the other video it says EX1000 or something similar to that. I couldn't read the text on Hi-Fi Guy's video, but he stated it out, and it said EX1000 monitor or something like that. This actually says Nude EX, which is no idea what that means. Take this cover off. It's got foam padding in the back. Now I took these out once already, so they've got different tips on it, but they basically come like this. You've got a set of tips, and then you've got the hybrid, and you've got noise isolation. These are my favorite tips that I usually use right here. I had to buy these separately. I'll not use most of these, but it's a decent selection. I use Sony tips on most of my IEMs anyway, so it's nice to have extra ones. Take this out, and you get the IEMs, and then this will flip open, so these will come out like this, and the cable will come out. Interesting thing that I noticed when I was looking inside here, it's got paperwork, and in this one it's got instructions on how to use it with a MD mini disc player right here. MD, kind of 2010, 6 years ago, MD was, I guess, going to be the future or something like that. I never had an MD player, but some people thought it was going to be big. Apparently Sony did too, so they gave you instructions on how to use it with an MD player. So this is 6 years old, this item. Inside the package comes a thing. This was already opened. This is a second cable that is shorter. It again says, I don't know if you're going to be able to, you're not. It says EX1000. So both of these cables are EX1000. The one in Hi-Fi Guy's video is the EX600, which is kind of amazing that, at that time $500 IEMs were being shipped overseas with cables that were designed for the second tier IEM. That's kind of really messed up on Sony's part. Anyway, these are supposed to be 7N OFC LITS cables, and this is the second one that comes. The EX600 actually comes with a single cable. This is the regular cable that is right angled. Doesn't have any smartphone stuff. That wasn't really a need in 2010. This one says EX1000 on it, and it's got the slide on it. The memory wire on this one is longer than on the XB90. It's actually quite good. I like it a lot. I love the look of this one. I love it's like it's hard to explain. I like the white text on it. Looks like the wheels of a race car or something. It's kind of cool. The vent on the back side is similar to the EX800. The difference between the two is that if I cover this vent, the bass disappears, and on the EX800 I have to cover the vent, and then the sub bass gets really big. So it's a very, very, very interesting that the STs, which are studio tuned, need to be forced to change their signature, while these are you EQ them. But these have outstanding sub bass. These are I'm going to do a review later, but I love these a lot. These are absolutely outstanding. It's got a case, leather. Who needs that? I don't know. I look at this and I think this is going to be a pain in the ass to put away. However, once it is put away, it's, to consider the Sonics and some other storage systems, this is pretty damn cool. I'll be doing a review of these in the future. I gotta say, before I wrap this up and then get ready to do a review later, there was a lot of copies that were done of this item because they were easy to copy, because they were a single dynamic driver with a 16mm, and it came kind of prolific. And for Sony, they sent a different unit to the United States, and it's packed differently, it's presented differently, it's got a single cable, it's got an EX600 cable, which is not a LITS cable. It's said to be quite sibilant and not have much bass. These have a lot of bass. So there's a difference out there, and which ones are which is really hard to tell. I'll get into this more, but before you go out and buy a set like this, I'm warning you right now that I bought these off of Yahoo Auctions because they were clearly stated to be a first generation 2010 edition of these, before they closed down shop because it wasn't selling, and then somebody retooled it overseas, and you can still buy it today, but it's very highly likely that it's not exactly the same thing that this is, and it's probably not packed like this either. So I wouldn't pull the trigger unless you were sure about what you were getting. So I'll talk about that in the review. But these are sexy as hell. I love these. Really, really cool.